posted March 10, 2019, 7 hours 15 minutes and 0 seconds. A Northeast Victorian football club says it is at risk of having to forfeit one of its senior teams this season because the state government is yet to deliver its findings on a prisoner day release program. The Victorian Government called for Corrections Victoria to conduct a full review into the program, which saw prisoners being granted day release to participate in sport and other activities in the community in August last year. It followed the revelation that convicted one-punch killer Dylan Costa was being released from prison on a Saturday to play for the Rushworth Football Club near Shepparton. Mr. Costa was sentenced to more than 9 years in prison with a 6-year non-parole period after being found guilty of fatally punching David Assai in Victoria on New Year's Eve in 2012. All prisoners were immediately suspended from taking part in the program across the state. Club struggles for players. The Beechworth Bushrangers, a club that plays in the Tallangatta District Football League, was one of many left struggling for numbers toward the end of last season. 7 months on and nearing the start of a new football season, club president John Thistleton said it was facing the same situation. "We are not the only club, truth be told, that is struggling with numbers a bit," he said. "They're looking pretty low at the moment. There is the significant factor of not having the prisoners there. It is going to make things very difficult for us," he said. While the junior numbers remained quite strong, without senior teams it made it tough to run a club. "Our junior teams have quite healthy numbers, so we've got the under-17s, the under-14s and the under-12s," he said. "It is the reserves that is going to be the big problem. The seniors and the reserves is where we are lacking numbers the moment. It's extremely disappointing. As you'd be aware, it is very difficult to get teams together these days. Football doesn't seem to be as popular as it was in the years gone by," he said. With cricket season still underway, Mr. Thistleton is hopeful that the club will be able to recruit a number of cricketers to help boost the numbers, and it does leave a huge dent in our ability to field a team. "It will make for a very difficult season if we can't field a team in the seniors and the reserves," he said. "We are certainly going through a difficult patch at the moment. Big loss for small club. Up to 8 prisoners from the minimum security Beechworth Correctional Facility were able to line up for the Bushrangers each week under the program, 4 in the reserve side, 4 in the seniors." Mr. Thistleton described the program's suspension as a big loss for the small club, and said it was also having a negative impact off the field. "The people that I have spoken with that are involved out at the prison, the people that work out there, they've certainly mentioned that the prisoners are very disappointed," he said. "So are the staff out there as well, because they consider the program to be very beneficial for the prisoners. They are disappointed, and the prisoners are very disappointed." Along with making up numbers on the field, the prisoners also help with maintenance off the ground. "They'd come out with work crews and they'd mow the ground and mark the lines and do all that sort of thing," he said. "Some of that is still happening, but with a smaller number of prisoners, and of course not ones that are actually playing." Waiting for a decision. Corrections Victoria says its review into the program is complete and the decision now lies with the government. In a statement, a spokesperson for the Office of the Minister for Corrections said the program remains suspended while the government considered the report and its recommendations. Mr. Thistleton said while the club accepted the review needed to take place, it was frustrated that 7 months on, it was no closer to knowing what the outcome would be. "I haven't heard a thing. Of course people are very disappointed because it's not just the sporting impact, it's the work crews and other things like that. It's had an effect throughout the town as well," he said. "We are looking forward to the review being completed." Topics: prisons and punishment, community and society, law, crime and justice. Beechworth 3747, Vic, Tallangatta 3700, Rushworth 3612, Shepparton 3630.